Hey, and happy Father's Day. Today is a unique day for me because 32 years ago today, I became a father. I'll never forget the very first words that came out of Erin's mouth after Ty was born. Exhausted, she said, "I don't know why anybody would want to do that again anytime soon." So we waited 2.5 years before our son Sam was born. The very first picture I have of me and Ty, I'm holding him kind of like a football, like this, two arms really, really tight, like I'm a running back trying to get through the line to get a first down and I wasn't going to fumble. My protective instincts had kicked in. And as fathers, that's what happens. Our protective instincts kick in. And we know we're not only supposed to protect, but also provide and lead and guide and love and do all of these things without any experience. But we also know there's someone who's come into the world in addition to our wives that we say, I will die for that person. I'll give my life for their life in a second. And what's fun is they grow when we get to make them laugh, which is the best sound, and we get to teach them things like how to throw a ball or ride a bike or what happens when they pull your finger. Those are great things. And when they get sick or when they're hurting, we want to take their fever. We want to take their pain. It's just the way we're wired. Dad, you are your son's first hero and your daughter's first love. And when you have the name Dad or Daddy or Pop, it's probably your favorite nickname. I know it is mine. And with that nickname, with that name becomes real influence because our lives cast a shadow of influence on our kids. J. Wallace Hamilton wrote a famous sermon called How Long Is Your Shadow? And in that sermon, he talked about the power of influence. And he was talking about Peter from Acts chapter 5, where people would bring the hurting and the infirmed on beds and mats and lay them in the street in hopes that Peter's shadow would fall on them as he walked by. It used to be believed that a good person's shadow had healing powers. So they hoped Peter's shadow would heal them. And in commenting on that verse, J. Wallace Hamilton said these words. He said, "Every one of us does cast some kind of shadow. It's a shadow that heals or hurts, that blesses or blights. Your shadow is your influence, the effect you have on other people. You can no more keep from exerting an influence than you can keep from casting a shadow on a sunny day." Dads, your life does cast a shadow of influence. And often you may feel like you're doing really well, like you're leading and loving and guiding them with integrity and character, and you're pointing them towards Jesus, and they see that every day. But you also may realize at times you mess up. You forget the game, or you don't make it to the performance. Or worse yet, you say something you shouldn't say and they hear it, or you do something you shouldn't do and they find out about it. Trust me, I can relate. I have been that dad. No questions. And in that point, they see your humanity. And that's when we have to point them back to Jesus, because it's Jesus who loves us and forgives us and picks us up and dusts us off and puts us back on the right path. So I hope you're going to have a really good Father's Day, but I also want to recognize all people who might watch this who are missing their dads today because their dad has passed away. Or maybe you never got to know your dad. He was around, but you didn't get to know him. Or maybe you never knew him. He just was never there at all. Maybe you had a dad who hurt you physically or emotionally, and if that happened, that is wrong, and I am so sorry. But on this day, we can remember that we do have a Heavenly Father, and He loves us unconditionally. He loves us with everything He's got. He loves us. He can't get enough of us, and He wants more of us all the time in terms of that relationship. And even though your dad may have been a no-show or may have faltered in some way, your Heavenly Father loves you unconditionally. I love the verse in Ephesians 5 that says, "Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are His dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ." As many times as I've messed up, I try and do that every day now, and it's not easy. So I need Jesus to help me, because I'm still human and I'm still made of flesh and bones. But we can, dads, we can do that with His help. I love this saying that I read. It says, "Dads, remember, you're not an anchor to hold them back, nor are you a sail to take them where they're going, but you are a guiding light to show them the way." And I read it as way with a little w, but I want to say show them the way with a capital W, the way of Jesus. Happy Father's Day, dads. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy it, live in it, but let it be a reminder that you do have a shadow of influence, and it's a powerful one, so use it well. God bless you, and happy Father's Day.